In this video, I'm going to discuss the emotional and physical aspects of when babies stop breastfeeding. We'll explore the different ways parents can handle this transition and how to cope with any feelings of loss or sadness as you close this chapter in your life. 1. What physical changes might a baby experience when breastfeeding stops? When breastfeeding stops, some babies may experience physical changes such as a decrease in their milk intake and an increase in hunger. This can result in an increase in weight gain as the baby is no longer receiving the nutrients that they were getting from breast milk. Additionally, there may be changes to their sleeping patterns as they are no longer being comforted by the endorphins associated with breastfeeding. Other physical symptoms that may arise include a decreased production of saliva, diaper rash, and constipation. 2. How should parents handle the transition off breastfeeding? When the time comes to transition a baby off breastfeeding, it's important for parents to understand that withdrawal from breastfeeding can be difficult for both baby and mom. It's natural for babies to feel some level of sadness or grief when being taken off the breast. To make this process easier, parents should introduce alternative feeding methods gradually over time so as not to overwhelm their child with a sudden change in routine. Babies may need extra comfort during this period, so cuddling and soothing them frequently is recommended. It is also important for moms to take care of themselves throughout the transition too. Many mothers experience an emotional response when weaning their babies off breastfeeding, which is why they should practice self-care by participating in activities that make them feel relaxed and happy. Additionally, moms can seek support from other mothers who have gone through a similar transition and build a network of individuals to lean on. 3. How can parents prepare for the end of breastfeeding? It can be hard to accept that breastfeeding will one day come to an end, but by planning ahead, parents can make the transition smoother. It's important to talk with your healthcare provider and create a plan for weaning your baby off breast milk. This plan should include an understanding of when it's time to start reducing the number of feedings and introducing other foods. To ease into weaning, some mothers may find comfort in slowly decreasing their milk supply. This means nursing less frequently or for shorter periods of time than usual until eventually the baby is no longer relying on the breast for sustenance. For families who are formula feeding as well, transitioning fully from breastfeeding can happen more quickly. Other parents might prefer a more abrupt approach. In this case, breastfeeding can be stopped altogether after consulting with a healthcare provider. It is also possible to combine both approaches depending on the individual needs of the family. 4. How can parents cope with the emotional aspects of stopping breastfeeding? The end of breastfeeding can be an emotionally difficult transition for both parents and babies. For mothers, stopping breastfeeding may feel as if they are losing a powerful connection with their baby that has been nurtured over time. Similarly, for babies, the physical and emotional bonds created through breastfeeding may be hard to let go of. In order to cope with the emotional aspects of stopping breastfeeding, it is important for parents to make sure that they have support from family and friends throughout this process. It may also be helpful to talk to a therapist or find online support groups in order to share stories and experiences. Additionally, providing lots of love and comfort during this transition can help both babies and mothers adjust more easily. 5. What strategies can parents use to reduce stress during this time? When it comes time to wean, parents can take a few steps to help reduce the stress of this transition. For example, make sure you are both on the same page about when and how to start the process. Planning ahead and communicating openly will help create an atmosphere where everyone is comfortable with the changes. Additionally, parents should think about offering positive reinforcement when they or their baby reach a milestone in the weaning process. Making a special date night or celebrating with friends can be great ways to commemorate your successes. Lastly, don't forget to take care of yourself as well. Make sure you get plenty of rest and eat healthily during this time so that you're able to handle whatever comes your way. With these strategies in place, you and your baby will soon be able to say goodbye to the days of breastfeeding and look forward to the new adventures ahead. 6. What additional resources are available to parents during the transition off breastfeeding? Many parents find support in local mother-to-mother breastfeeding groups, healthcare providers, lactation consultants, and peer counselors. Additionally, books such as The Nursing Mother's Companion by Kathleen Huggins can provide parents with important information and answers to typical questions about the process. In addition to physical resources, mothers must be sure to care for themselves emotionally during this time. Remember that this is a natural part of life and not something you need to feel guilty or ashamed about. It is common for some sadness and grief to accompany this transition. Lastly, depending on your baby's age, consider introducing small amounts of cow's milk gradually rather than switching from breast milk immediately. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that babies between 9 to 12 months continue to receive breast milk in addition to cow's milk. We hope this article was helpful in providing you with the information and guidance needed for transitioning off breastfeeding. Remember to take care of yourself emotionally during this time, as well as seek out additional resources such as books or support groups if necessary. If your baby is between 9 to 12 months old, consider introducing cow's milk gradually rather than immediately switching from breast milk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the transition process and any tips that may help other parents going through it too.